Hey guys, it's Alex from Fitment Inc. and today we're going to be educating you on different types of wheels that you can buy for your car. We have a low pressure cast, we also have a rotary forged, a fully forged, and a multi-piece wheel that we're going to be taking a look at. So let's jump right into it. So this is the Cosmos XT006R. It's an 18 by 9.5. And the first thing that you're going to notice is that this is a low pressure cast aluminum wheel. So what does that mean for you guys? It means that the price point is going to be pretty low. Usually cast wheels aren't going to be a high price, which is why they're so popular. Some of the cons about a low pressure cast though is that they can be heavy. Generally speaking, most cast wheels are heavier than a rotary forged or anything else. In addition, they can be not as durable as some of your fully forged or rotary forged options. On top of that, the sharp designs can be pretty limited, as well as the offsets that are available on low pressure cast wheels. So you're gonna see more of a rounded shape on a lot of cast wheels. You're not gonna see the harsh, sharp edges like you would on a multi-piece or fully forged wheel. Now, Cosmos does a very good job at trying to keep their weight as low as possible. 23 pounds for an 18 by 9.5 isn't bad at all. All right guys, we're back with another wheel. So this is a rotary forged wheel. This is the Rohana, this is the RFX5. So this is actually a 20 by 11. You're gonna see it is massive. On top of that, we talked about how the Cosmos was 23 pounds. This is much larger, about 1.5 inches wider, and it only weighs 4 pounds more. And that's one of the biggest pros to having a rotary forged wheel. So if you guys don't know, rotary forging is when they take the actual wheel and the rim of the wheel is forged at a high pressure while it's spinning at an extremely high speed. So what that allows the wheel to do is it actually gets very, very thin, but the grain structure in the rim itself actually aligns better. And what that allows it to do is it's less weight and it's less rotational mass that you have to worry about when you have it on your car. So one of the biggest pros of having something like this that's a rotary forged is the weight that you're not gonna have on such a big wheel. If you have a cast wheel that's this size, it's definitely gonna be a heavy wheel. You don't wanna deal with something like that, especially if you plan on doing something fun with your car. So although the rotary forged, you do have a more competitive price point, you're still gonna be at a higher price. So this is where we start jumping up in price point, because rotary forging, it is more R&D, it is harder to make, it does take longer to ship. So that means that you are paying more for a rotary forged wheel. On top of that, you're still not gonna see the same amount of sharpness that you would in a fully forged or a multi-piece wheel. You still see plenty of sharpness on a wheel like Rohana makes and other wheels that do rotary forging, but some wheels still lack that intense sharpness that a fully forged or a multi-piece wheel provides. All right, so now we're back with a fully forged monoblock wheel. This is the Regan 5 R35F. So what you're gonna see with this, besides the fact that it is an awesome finish, is that this is a light and extremely durable monoblock forged wheel. So not just is the rim or barrel or hoop or whatever you'd like to call it forged, full wheel itself is forged. Pretty much at the end of the day, what that means for you is lighter weight, more durable, less rotational mass. So you don't have to worry about losing power in something like your wheels. Now, Regan 5 did a great job with this design because you're gonna see a lot of cool things happening all throughout the wheel. But at the same time, you're gonna have some negatives that come along with a fully forged wheel. Number one, the price point. Fully forged one-piece monoblock forged wheels are a premium, and they can rival some pricing of three-piece wheels. Depending on what you're looking for and depending on how crazy you wanna get in your design, sometimes forged wheels just don't have the same variety of designs as your cast or even your rotary forged wheels do, just simply because they're not as popular and they don't get sold as often as something as a cast wheel. You are gonna see some sharper designs. You still aren't going to see the same amount of customization that you would with a fully forged multi-piece wheel. You're still gonna see some curves, you're still gonna see some things that could be edges, but just because of the process that forging does with wheels, you're not gonna see the super crazy sharp wheels like you would as we go a step up into the multi-piece wheels. And finally, we are going to check out the Concept 1 multi-piece forged. This is a CF003X, and this is a custom-made wheel. So the first thing that you're gonna see that's a huge pro with multi-piece wheels is the customization. You can do so much. It's literally like making your own wheel for your car. Offset, width, diameter, inner barrel color, outer barrel color, center face color, rivet color, semi-hidden, fully hidden, anything that you could possibly want to do with a wheel, you can do with a multi-piece wheel. And that's why so many people love them, is the customization options on something like this are insane. On top of that, something that you're gonna see is if you damage a cast wheel, if you damage even a rotary forged or a fully forged wheel, it's likely that the entire thing is gonna need to be replaced and not repaired. Multi-piece wheels are an exception to that rule, because if something happens to an inner hoop or an outer hoop, it can be replaced, and a lot of times it's gonna cost less than replacing an entire wheel, especially if it was a fully forged wheel. Another awesome pro is just how awesome these things look. You can get the sharp edges, you can get the harsh lines and everything that you would want if you want it to be an aggressive look or if you want it to be a subtle look. Multi-piece wheels have definitely exploded on the market in the past few years, but I think that these are probably the pinnacle of where you would want to see wheels go as long as you don't have to worry about a budget. And one of the best things about these wheels is actually one of the worst things. Because they're so customizable, because they're so have a variety of options, they are by far the most expensive thing to buy. Not only are they the most expensive thing to buy, but there is a lot of tech that goes into these wheels that a lot of people can mess up. The silicone line that goes in between the inner and outer barrel, if the tires are installed incorrectly or if somebody thinks that they can do a better job at silicone sealing their wheels, they end up leaking, causing a ton of issues and can just be an overall pain. A lot of times too, these inner and outer barrels, if they do need to get repaired, sometimes costs more than just a cast wheel would. And that's a lot of the reason that people tend to avoid these if they are using them for automotive active related events like autocross or drag strips. So it really comes down to what you want. Are you somebody that's interested in just getting a nice set of wheels that aren't going to break the bank? Cast wheels are definitely for you. There's a ton of options. Maybe you're looking for something a little bit lightweight with wider wheels or a bigger diameter. Rotary forged is the way to go. If you're more incentivized by lightweight, durable wheels that are going to look sharp but handle whatever it is you're going to toss at them, forged is obviously the most standalone option for that. But if you want something that's going to look cool, that's going to feel cool, that's going to have you written all over it once you get the wheels in and shipped to your door, multi-piece wheels are the way to go. So we hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. We hope you enjoyed the pros and cons. Let us know what you would like to see next. If you have any of these wheels, drop them in our gallery at fitmentinc.com/ad. We'll see you next week for another episode. Peace.